as they poked their noses where they didn't belong. Once they were gone, there was only one group to take care of the demon dragonriders. They kept to themselves without Thad Reinhardt's leadership. However, they were still individually powerful, and if left unchecked, they might reform a group, one that could take over the magical world. Talon Sinclair couldn't allow that to happen. Expertly, he'd called all the demon dragonriders to that spot, inviting them on false grounds, using personal reasons that appealed to the riders' particular interests. It wasn't hard since they were selfish-minded. Once there, the demon dragonriders' magic was disabled at the House of Seven, and the ambush commenced. Talon Sinclair looked out over the battlefield littered with dead bodies and smirked. Dragon and rider must have been so perplexed without magic that they didn't see the first or second blows coming. By then, their swords and fire were useless against the 5 warriors for the House of Seven that Talon had enlisted for the tasks, led by his very own relative, Cassius Sinclair. The counselor strode over to where the warriors all stood at attention, their focus on him. Many gave Talon looks of fear. He told them that the demon dragonriders were threats and convinced them that they needed to exterminate them. These warriors wouldn't question Talon, which was why he picked them. Cassius Sinclair, Salope Sheen, Lucille Montavani, Jazbella Acker, and Enzo Bernardi. Talon left the Beaufonts and Takahashis out of the lineup, knowing that they'd ask too many questions. They'd argue that there were other methods besides murder. They'd ruin everything. But they hadn't. And now he'd done it. There might be a few demon dragonriders left in the world, but like the Dragon Elite, they were powerless in this world that Talon Sinclair was quickly taking over. Talon halted beside Cassius, the warrior he trusted the most. Like Talon, his hair and beard were all white, having shared the same albino genetics. Their light-colored eyes briefly met as Talon leaned close and whispered in Cassius's ear. "Wipe their memories," he ordered, while cutting his gaze to the other warriors. It was better if there was no way the others could talk about this incident. Having a memory of it would pose too many risks. Cassius nodded, a determined expression on his pale white face. "If you have a problem with anyone, you know what to do," Talon finally finished, before marching forward and opening a portal back to the House of Seven. He didn't wait for Cassius's reply. The warrior would know that he should murder those who potentially could be trouble, the same as the demon dragonriders. That might be for the best anyway, since it was high time there were new families in the House of Seven. Ones that Talon Sinclair could more easily control as he poised to take over the magical world further. Chapter 2. Present Day. "What's a breakfast burrito?" Evan stared at his plate of food like it might jump back and bite him instead of the other way around. Trin, the housekeeper for the Gullington, gave Sophia a confused expression. "They don't know what breakfast burritos are?" She swept her metal cyborg hand at the others at the table. Wilder, Maka, Hiker, Ainsley, and Quiet, excluding Mama Jamba for obvious reasons. "They didn't know what tacos were when I first got here." Sophia laughed at Evan continuing to regard the tortilla stuffed with eggs and bacon and veggies. "How is that possible?" Trin rested her hands on her hips while shaking her head at the group. "Because we're not Americans," Evan stated, then pointed at Maka. "Well, he is, but that doesn't count because I don't think his tribe spent much time at taco joints before he came to the Gullington." Everyone looked at Maka as though expecting the stoic Native American to answer. He swallowed his bite of hash browns, unhurried. "Not much. No." Anyway, Trin indicated the burrito she'd made for breakfast. "I thought I'd switch it up. That's what you'd expect from a burrito, but it has eggs and bacon in it." "Weird." Wilder grimaced at the platter of burritos. "Says the vegan," Evan laughed. "I made you a tofu scramble one," Trin offered.